A lot of key news up at GCNlive.com. Scientists admit chemtrails are creating artificial clouds. Mainstream news. Dollar plunges after UN call to ditch greenback. That's up at GCNlive.com. We've got our Ron Paul interview from yesterday posted up at GCNlive.com. And an amazing article, Popular Music is the Babylon System. Another mainstream London Guardian article that Watson wrote about it, where they admit that world government and Illuminati is being promoted all over the media by Lady Gaga, everything. That's all at GCNlive.com and, of course, backed up at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. I'll be back Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m., and, of course, on Monday. But this 4th of July, you know, I meant to get into the Declaration of Independence, and I'll probably get into it Sunday, but everybody should read this because this is what the 4th of July is all about. And they understood the type of tyranny they were facing, and quite frankly, it's nothing compared to what we're facing. This is more scientific, dehumanizing. The globalists admit they're transhumanists who want us to be feudal slaves. They admit they're not going to give us any quarter. They admit they want to bankrupt us. I mean, they constantly brag about it. But if we just put out the alternative to their tyranny, they will fall. And that's why Bill Still's new film, The Secret of Oz, is so important. Again, it's available at Infowars.com. We got 4 minutes left, sir. Going out, you've got the floor. Closing comments about your new amazing film.
All right, well, I would just boil this down to 3 quick sound bites as far as what to do, what to take it from here. On the international level, support Iceland. Iceland is our best shot to get a toehold for a correct money system in the world system. Once we get it in Iceland, then I was in Sweden. I could have pointed to Iceland from Sweden, and Sweden would have paid more attention. The way you do that is you go to IcelandNaturally.com, NordicStore.com, or Whole Foods. Sells a lot of Icelandic stuff. On the state level, support the state bank concept based on the Bank of North Dakota. It's a way for states to regain sovereignty. You're going to see next year's legislative session at least 6, if not 10 or 12 states. The state bank issue will come up. What that means is that states no longer have to borrow. They no longer have to float bond issues. They're totally saved all the interest payments and put their money is put more in their control. On the national level, it all boils down to just one phrase. One phrase fixes everything on the national level, and that's no more national debt. If you eliminated the ability of the government to borrow, they would have to face the political consequences of spending immediately because they'd have to raise taxes. So that would solve everything else. We'd have to eliminate the entire national debt, and that's my solution in 3 quick steps.
Well, I'll say it again. It's us or them. There's no more time to screw around. The world government's out in the open. They're telling you the solution is the same banks that ripped you off will now have a world government, and you'll pay carbon taxes to them, and the dollar will be under its controlled, unelected bankers. They've already got our banking system here. Now they want to bring it openly to the offshore corporations. And it's the magnitude of this. I know a lot of people didn't want to believe it. The media would demonize you a decade ago if you talked about the Federal Reserve being private. And as Ron Paul and others have said, the globalists are now very upset because even though they were able to kill his audit the Fed bill, it got massive co-sponsorship, and people are now at universities and everywhere talking about the corporate illegitimate takeover of America. And now the elite is being recognized as the enemy. The puppet presidents, people are realizing, are just that, puppets. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If I could say one more thing, and that's eliminating the Fed will not fix the problem. National debt is the solution.
No, I agree with you. But, I mean, we've got to certainly get rid of the Fed so we can turn the monetary control back over to Congress.
Right.
We'll have you back on, Bill Still, soon to talk more about the film and play some clips of it. Secret of Oz, available at Infowars.com. Great talking to you. Have a great 4th of July, Bill. Great job to the crew. Great job to the listeners, the affiliates, the sponsors, all of you. Retransmission starts now on the audio streams, Infowars.com. Back Sunday, 4 p.m. Central.